Well, let's talk about something. Back in the 1970s, a group of young folks in Marin County, California, started getting old paper delivery bikes from the 1920s, 30s. And they'd take them up in the mountains there. Which, by the way, Marin County, California is the north end of the Golden Gate Bridge. And so they'd take these bikes up top of the mountains, ride them down. Super heavy bikes. But super fun to do that. You know, they'd be in jeans and flannels and just comfortable people clothes. And some of the people in this group, as it developed, were also competitive road racers. Gary Fisher would be a notable one. So he was used to the racing scene, competition, spandex, all that stuff. But he's even said it wasn't cool to show up in your biking clothes. Okay. Whew. Whew. Yes, dude. So they'd race and hang out in the woods, probably engage in some activities I wouldn't support, but oh, big gear. But they were just a group of friends hanging out. Not a lot of ego or pomp around what you were dressed in. Anyway, this hangout kept growing. And just like something like that, people started asking them to, put a bike together for me. And soon enough, a couple of them started a business making the bikes. And in 1979, there was a local news story on TV about this growing group and activity called mountain biking. If you want more anecdotal stuff about that, there's a documentary called Clunkers with a K. Back to 1979 though. In the same area, San Francisco, little boy was born to some lovely young couple. And 14 years later, in that same area, that boy was invited by his classmates to try mountain biking. He went out with whatever he had, which is like a little huffy he found that day. Something rise up inside him that he'd never felt before. Like a great happiness. So, kept biking with that group. As is common, he would upgrade and all that stuff. Better bikes. Fix broken parts. Now, part of this group was also a road bike racer. So, these young men, of course, tried all sorts of biking in the spandex, in the clicky shoes, and the weird little hats that look kind of like welder hats. So many spider webs. Oh. Come on. You're stupid. And then this time, that boy that was me, by the way, decided that really wasn't about the clicky shoes for sure, or the spandex. I did think could be the friend hangout that was really enjoyable, but there was something, just this deep happiness. Now, several of this group got jobs at our local bike shop as well. Made the parts cheaper, learned skills that we saw as valuable. Woo! Met other enthusiasts of all types. And then around 16 years of age, a lot of that original group became certified by the local governing authority to operate motor vehicles on the road. And no longer cared one bit about the mountain bike. And I also became allowed to drive a car, but I found the mountain biking still brought me this deep happiness. Now, my original group being gone, essentially, yes, I had met other groups through the bike shop job who also liked doing whatever you had to get up the hill, which includes walking, hiking, if you will, a little hike and bike. Oh, more spider webs. So, rode with them a lot. You hike and bike up, you bomb it down, and that deep happiness still there. But it took more biking to get as much of it anymore. Come on. Okay, up again. And like a lot of mid-teen people, darkness was covering much in my mind. Occasionally very great darkness. So I did what any moderately atypical teen does. Yeah. Tried to fill that sandy with other things in the world, including biking. Nothing really helped. And like many people do when you're in a spot and you can't seem to figure life out, I moved several thousand miles to Florida. Come on. Now, the move didn't really help, but it did change my perspective for a bit. And then I met a man. Showed me hard things about myself, but offered me hope for the future. That man was Jesus Christ himself. So I had hope. Purpose. Meaning. And that transcended all the other things I'd thrown myself into. And then I met a girl, got married, had kids, because I hadn't taken my bike seriously to ride in Florida, and Florida's flat. And when my kids were old enough, I started mountain biking again, and that feeling was still there. But now I had a context for why. And one of my favorite authors says it best, I think, 'cause he had a similar experience, and he said it was a longing, not for something, no, not for the thing itself, but for something just beyond it. And the feeling was its own reward. And he came to understand this cannot be pursued for its own sake. We're talking about joy. It is, in fact, pointing to something better than itself. Joy is a longing for that which the world cannot contain, but one that in itself is only a signpost pointing at the greater reality that is God in Jesus Christ. So you see, mountain biking was a gift from my Creator to draw me in to the relationship with Him that He wanted. And hearkening back to the way we started talking, go high. Learning that information about woo, yeah. About the origins of the mountain bike scene, and then growing up where the scene was born, I now had a context not only for what the joy, feeling, happiness, great happiness was, but also why I fell into the mountain bike group I did, I would say. Not so much about the miles, but about the camaraderie and the blasting down hills. And that the whole thing was a gift from my Creator. And a gift is meant to be enjoyed, but not to be loved over the gift giver. There's a spider trap. There was also, in my later group of riding friends, strange animosity to equestrians. And it turns out that was also rooted in the birth of mountain biking in the 70s, since equestrians also used those mountains. And eventually got local government agencies to put up no bike signs so that the bikers wouldn't disturb their horseback riding with downhill races crazy and loose. So, there you have it, the history. Yeah. Squirrel. Woo! Squirrel. Oh, another one. Sheesh. Well, thanks for coming out today.